Hey guys, how's your night doing? Well, who knows what time you're watching this. I got a new pen. I think that's why you come here. You come here to see me talk about pens. I'm getting a lot of interesting feedback. Very helpful feedback for a new person like me. But, excuse me, sorry the cough. That's not what you want to hear right now. What you want to see is this. Fuliwen. Fuliwen. It's a Fuliwen pen. I got this for a specific reason. And we're both going to open this together. This is how it came. It kept wrapped in like tight styrofoam when I picked up off Amazon. So we're just going to open this up together and see what this Fuliwen pen's all about. The way this box feels, I'm not really impressed. It's not jumping out to me. I know it's nice. It's supposed to be nice. I feel it could be nicer. So let's see if we're wowed by the inside. Ooh, Japanese. So let's actually take a look at what's inside here first. So this is why I purchased this pen. I want us to all see it. It's the little red gem at the top, so when you twist it, it moves. So it's kind of more of a gimmick. So again, it's just showing us this is how you open the pen. It's another screw on. You screw the cap on. How we screw it to take out the ink. I think it's going to be one of those twisting piston ones. If I was to guess, that's what I'm going to guess. Let's see if I'm right. Shanghai Fuliwen Golden Pen Co. Ltd. Since 2000. That was a good year. So here's the pen here, but we're going to open this up piece by piece. Let's take a look at what else it comes with right now. This is actually nice. The feel of this. It reminds me of an Australian Outback. Remember Crocodile Dundee? This reminds me of like a knife sheath. But I do like the idea that this comes with a holder that I can put my pen in. Okay, so first and foremost, this presentation inside, it's okay for me. I can see that there's a lot of space moving back and forth. Now you see, if I was going to give this as a present, I would want it to like stay still, be stationary. I wouldn't want it half on this side or half on this side. I don't know why I don't know why if there's a reason why they didn't make like little stops or indents. So if this was going to be a present I was going to give to somebody, I'd certainly put something inside of it. I do like how it says Fuliwen right here, just like engraved into the fabric of this hard cardboard. But before we get into the pen, let's actually take a little bit more look in here, because you know what these red tabs mean. Red tabs mean pull. So out that box, oh, we are treated with more information. Maybe it's just me, but I like pens that come with a whole bunch of different cards about the pen, where it's from, manufacturer's warranties, things like that. I think it completes a presentation. It's just a Jaguar. Is that a Jaguar? Jaguar or a Puma that is on the pen. He's perched on the pen. So that's cool, I guess. Okay, this is the type of stuff I like. Writing instructions. They're treating this presentation pretty well. I gotta twist it to get the ink in. It shows me cleaning tips. And then again, you know what? It's just showing me a whole bunch of other interesting things about this pen. Oh, so they're talking about roller pens. They're talking about ballpoint pens. Maintenance. This, that, the other. Okay, you guys, let's get into what this pen looks like. First and foremost, it's metal. If I was to make a guess of what type of black, I'd like to say gunmetal. I like the cross-hatching like texture on it. I don't think this type of texture is mainly for grip. I think it's mainly for style. I mainly got it because of this. You see that just twisting, that spinning? I know it's not going to spin when I write, but they just had this little fidget thing on the top. And you know what? It just looks cool. Let me just zoom in a little bit more. And that's neat. So like I could move it around if I wanted to. So I don't know if that's supposed to represent anything, but like I just thought it was cool. I just thought it was cool. So good on them for this. So, and you can see it says Fuliwen right on there. 015. I think maybe that's not the number that was how many have made, but who's to say? Okay, let's get opening this then. My goodness, this is a short pen. If we just put it right down. I kind of expected it to be a bit longer. So we just hold both of them like this. Yeah, I kind of expected them to feel a little bit longer. Let's get closer in on them. Okay, first initial thoughts. I still like how all of it is, yeah, even up to this base right here, it's still pure metal. I haven't had any plastic in sight. There's probably plastic in the inside, if we can see in there. Yeah, we can. but the base of the pen is almost as tall as the hood. It said that we can screw this on if we want it to stay, but there we go. You gotta kind of push it, so there we go. Now it's the proper length of what a usual pen would feel like. But let's take a look at the nib here. Nothing really fancy about that. It just says Fuliwen on it, and then it's got the logo. Can I zoom in even more? No two tones or anything like that. You know what I need to start doing to help you guys out and to help me out is to find out what the nib size is, the fine tip points. Because I like writing with something that's like medium fine. Like when I use gel pens, I usually, with the tool pens I use, they're I think 0.5, between 0.5 or 0.7. Just because I write cursive a lot. And with cursive, I like it to be nicely fine. Okay, so this one is acting just like my Moonman pen, right? Oh, it's got the ball. Now, somebody told me what that ball meant in my comments. I'm going to put up their name, but they said that like it can be taken out. So shout out to you. I forget your name just at the moment, but if you watch my video again, your name's going to be on screen. So anybody watching, they can follow them because there's a lot more people that are smarter than me that are giving me advice on pens. And you guys, I can't thank you guys enough about it. But as you see, it's the same type of suction where I twist down. I dip it into my ink, and then I slowly pull up, and then my pen is filled with ink. So you know what? I don't want to waste any more time in terms of presentation. In terms of presentation, it's really good. It looks really, really nice. So what I want to do is, I want to get this back in here. Okay, so let's move these out the way for just a moment. Here's my ink. Let's open it up. Look, Ma, clean hands. Clean lotion hands, too. That's one thing I'm always worried about is having not clean hands when I'm doing this. And people are like, wow, does this guy take care of himself? You guys, I really do. I really, really do. So again, as I was told, dip it in the ink. Screw down. Slowly suck up. Will you look at that? Look, Ma, I did it. Dry off our nib. Whoops. Let's close this up. I don't want any ink. So, hey, you guys got to help me. When using pens like this, what's the best way to clean it after dipping it in the ink? Do you guys just use a paper towel? Do you guys just use, like, a cloth? Is there a special way so it's just, just so you're just not as messy? Please, help me out. Okay, so what I'm going to do again is I'm just going to twist just a little bit downwards. There we go. Okay, I've twisted the top so it can be write a little bit easier. Let's get our paper. We've got our pen loaded with ink. We're going to try writing with this. This is a Fuliwen pen. Okay, so what the suggestion that I was told is to apply just a tiny bit of pressure, which is what I'm doing. I didn't want to put too much pressure because I just like the way ink flows out. But applying a little bit more pressure, I can instantly see how much more ink is actually going on the paper. So, you know what? So far, so good. But, you know what? Even though this was suggested, I don't know if that's the writing style I like. I'm just not... It doesn't feel natural. It does not all feel to put pressure. So I don't want to put pressure on this, even though I know I was told to, like, just putting too much pressure, maybe that's just a writing habit style that I just don't like. So thank you for the advice, but like, it just doesn't feel right to me. I like how when I just like, kind of just go like, yeah, you see, hello, this is how I want to write. This is how I want to write. You see it like just kind of flowing. I don't want to like just like forcing myself onto this. But you know what? So far, so good. It kind of just comes out pretty standard. You know what? I'm not really enjoying it as much as the Moonman one. The Moonman one that I did, the ink just came out a lot more. But like, it's very capable. It's very comparable. Like, yeah, it's very capable. And again, I said like getting this pen. The gimmick was just this thing on the very end, which just kind of just looks neat to play with, right? Yes, I can't talk too much about how to color the ink just because I didn't get better ink. I was also told that I am not using the proper type of paper, something called Ronda paper or Rhodia paper that I could get off of Amazon, but I was told like the shipping and the prices aren't the best, so I need to go to places like Jet Pens or Go Gourmet Pens. Gosh, what's the name? I'm gonna put. There's a handful of people that suggested it, so shout out to you guys. Any new people that don't know these guys, the names that I'm gonna be putting on the screen right now, follow them. They are way smarter in pens at me, so I appreciate them telling me this type of stuff. So that is one thing I do want to eliminate is like the rough edges here. So like, let's see how rough the edges are when I write. Greg is my. Greg is my name. Yeah. I don't know how well you can see it here. I can see it, and I don't really like it. So, you know what? I'm going to order some Rowenda paper, and, well, probably a handful of different papers. Other than Rhonda paper, if you know what better type of paper I should be writing with these pens, please let me know. But in my every day-to-day life with the signings and stuff that I do, it's just standard A1 paper altogether. Granted, I'm only putting my names and putting like one or two quick sentences, so I'm not writing a novel. So most people aren't going to notice it, but I'm going to notice it, and if I'm going to notice it, and it's going to bother the heck out of me. So, in a nutshell, still writes okay, and it still feels okay in my hand. The biggest thing that I was going to wonder is like, if I hold this, is it going to scratch in between my fingers? And like so far, it's not. Like I was really worried about in between there, right? But it's not doing that it's not scratching in here whatsoever. And that's good, because if you're going to have a nice fountain pen, you're going to want to have something that's an everyday writer. If I were to make some suggestions, so you see the way I'm holding my hands right here. One thing I would like in a type of fountain pen, and if there's a different pen that has this, please tell me, is if this was smooth but kind of indented, just so it can accommodate my fingers a lot much more. You know when you like hold on to like a cheap Pilot pen or a Bic pen, and they have those rubber tips right here, and you can kind of squeeze on it, and it kind of just molds after a while. Hey, let me draw it. So here's the pen, and then it goes in like this. And then you write with it. That's what I want. Indents in between that type of pen. If I'm ever have the opportunity to make pens, that's the kind of pen I would like to make at the very tip. But let's see how well this flows all together. Yeah, you know what? I would say just if I was just to color with this, the way this is flowing out, this flows out better than the Moon Man. In terms of coloring, so I'm going the same pace, and like it's sitting, but it's still spreading out a lot. And again, maybe that's just due to the paper, but no, the Moon Man didn't do that when I colored like this. The Moon Man was kind of like the way it came out. It was just kind of direct. It was just kind of straight forward. But not this. Like I'm not applying any pressure to the paper. I just have the nib just on there, and it's like I'm scratching, just kind of like as if I was getting a tattoo done or I'm doing a tattoo. That's how it feels, how this is coming out when I'm coloring. So, you know what? For this, 9 out of 10 if you're going to do coloring or calligraphy. Obviously, you're not going to do that with a pen like this, but it still feels great to know to know that's how this comes out. So let's actually see that handy case. So let's just close this up. I just want to see how this looks inside this case here. There we go. So it just happily fits in there, and you just happily put it in the pocket. Now this actually is cool. You know, I think I like this idea of, I'm liking the idea of pens without the little handle on the side that you would put like on a breast pocket or on the front of your belt. Not the front of your belt, the front of your pocket, so it just stays in place. Ideas having a little case here, so like when you put it in your pocket it doesn't get scratched. That's pretty cool. Now getting this out, that's another story, but this pen is really neat with that. Altogether, I do like the spinny fidget thing. I can see myself fidgeting with this. I'm going to try this out for the rest of the week. So what's today? Today's Wednesday. I'm going to try it out the rest of the week and see how that really works out for me. And you know what? I will probably get back to you guys on how that is. But man, this is really cool to touch and play with. So altogether, I think I'm kind of happy with this presentation. It didn't wow me like the Moon Man one did, but this one just seems a little bit more of an architectural build, more of like it just reminds me of like a gunmetal, like that kind of not necessarily rugged, but more angular, more rougher, not rougher, more angular feel, more angular aesthetic. I really need to get better with my words, but hey, you guys, I'm new at this. and I'm having fun doing this. So you guys just even paying attention to it, I appreciate you guys. So that's this Fuliwen pen with the red gem inside. That's all I gotta say about it. So take care.